Today we're going to discuss hidden tags in Microsoft Azure. So who am I? My name is Luke Murray. My pronouns are he and him. I'm a senior consultant from Hamilton, New Zealand. I'm also a Microsoft MVP in the Azure category. So comment in the description of this video on what you're using tags for, what you find useful, what you may not necessarily like about tags in Azure, and feel free to reach out to me on social media if you have any questions. So tags in Microsoft Azure are pivotal for resource management, whether it's just reporting or automation, but sometimes you might need an extra bit of information to help discover what the resources are for, maybe some more data about who owns it, what the service is, things like that aren't necessarily displayed in the Azure portal, especially when you might want more complex examples or bring that data straight into the Azure portal so people can actually have a look. We'll go through a demo shortly to further explain what I'm talking about. But hidden Azure tags come in handy because they can bring out a lot of needed data and information straight into the Azure portal. So the first tag we're going to discuss is the hidden title. So the hidden title tag can be used to give more context to a resource. It also allows the use of restricted characters that may not be valid in a name. An example is an Azure Storage account. So an Azure Storage account has to have lowercase numbers and letters, and it's only between 3 and 24 characters in length. So if you want to add more detail around that, or maybe use uppercase letters, you could use a hidden title to give more context around that. So let's take a look. So here we have the Azure portal and two resources and a resource group that I have. One is a shared dashboard and one is a storage account. So with the shared dashboard, you can see the bracket Azure ML WS monitoring. So that's using the hidden title tag to generate that. So if we go into the shared dashboard and then we go to tags, we can't see the tag listed here. Why is that? It's because it's got the hidden prefix in front of it. But if we go into the export template, we can actually have a look at what makes up the shared dashboard component. And so in here, there will be tags. So in this tag, there's hidden dash title, Azure ML WS monitoring. So the hidden title is brought through from the tag in the metadata from this resource into the Azure portal. And as you can see, it's listed here in the heading and it's listed in the resource view, resource group view as well. So the hidden title can be very helpful in bringing a lot more context to your resources, especially when you're looking at it from the Azure portal. So let's have a look at setting this up with the Azure Storage account. So the Azure Storage account currently has a name, but we might want to add a bit more context. So let's just go in here and go and type in hidden dash title Luke's Azure Storage account. So as you can see, I'm using some capital letters, I'm using some syntax that might normally, especially like things like white spaces, the spaces between, these are things that are not currently acceptable as being used as a storage account name as an example. But I've listed it here as hidden title and then here. So if I go back to the tags, you can see that the hidden title is not displaying. But if I go into overview and then JSON view, this is where I can see the metadata of that resource. I can see tags. So exactly like the template export that we saw earlier with the shared dashboard, I can see in the storage account that the metadata for tags actually has a hidden title of Luke's Azure storage account. So let's take a look at what that would look like in the Azure portal. So if we go back into our resource group, we can see here that now this storage account has Luke's Azure storage account. So it's an opportunity to add more context around the resources, especially for someone coming in when you're having a look at Azure resources. There may be applications or services that may be automatically generated by the Azure platform. They might have GUIDs in the name. You can't specify your own name, whether using infrastructure as code or you're deploying through the portal. It could be controlled by the Azure plane. As long as it's a tag resource, you can use the hidden dash title to add this field in. So if we go into the storage account and tags, we still can't see it. JSON view, the tags here, but in the resource group view and the resource group view, we can see it. But there is a bug. So as you can see with the shared dashboard, if you open this resource type up, you can see that this is the hidden title that's been allocated to it. So this makes a lot more sense than this generated GUID shared dashboard, right? And that's where hidden tags can be used. But if I open up the Azure storage account, I can see that the hidden title is added Luke's Azure storage account here, but I can't see it on the resource itself like the shared dashboard. So hidden tags aren't fully supported in all resource types like this, but if I go into the resource group, I can see it. And if I navigate to all my resources and I type in resource group equals my hidden tags demo, I can see in the all resources list within the Azure portal, I can also see Luke's Azure storage account listed as well. So it's a really good way of giving clear context on your Azure resources directly from the Azure portal. And as you can see, I've used the Azure portal to add them by just typing in the hidden prefix and then title here. So one of the ways that you can remove the title, so for example, if I wasn't quite happy with Luke's Azure storage account, I could remove it by just going in here, going into tags, adding in hidden title, giving it nothing or null as a value, and then just specifying apply. And although that tag will still be in here once it actually updates, just bear with me. You can see that it's been removed. If I go back in here, we should have come on. The JSON may take a while to update, but as you can see, we now have no hidden title after the name of the storage account. So what should be happening is that the JSON here, let me try, APIs potentially. No, there looks like there was just a delay in updating the resource here. But as you can see, the hidden title tag still exists because I've just replaced it, but I've had no null value. So that is a way you can quickly just remove the title using the Azure portal. So the hidden title isn't the only thing that you can use for this. So the hidden title is really good because it will display in the Azure portal, but anything with the prefix of hidden in front of it will be hidden from the Azure portal, but still part of the metadata. So you can use the hidden prefix for things like, or for things around automation. For example, you could have hidden dash shutdown. So the hidden shutdown could be used by an Azure automation runbook. So anything with hidden dash shutdown tag could be used to shut down virtual machines, things like that, that you may not necessarily want other people to be able to easily adjust in the Azure portal because they may not know that the hidden tag is in there. You know, as I said, it could be used for automation. So anything with the hidden dash in front of it will be hidden. You know, you could add extra data to it. So hidden dash data, you could add extra data, extra metadata, resource type, resource name, who it was created for. Any string value can be used as any tag, compatible resource type, for the key value pair. So hidden dash data as the value, and then the key could be free text. So a string of information that you can then pull out later that may not be directly visible to people that have read access into the Azure portal unless they go into the JSON view as alluded to earlier. So yeah, anything. But there is a couple of gotchas that you need to be aware of. So with the hidden tags, using get-az tag and remove-az tag commandlets as part of the AZ resource modules, they do not display hidden tags, and I'll give you a demo of this shortly. However, update az tag does allow the ability to update using the get-az resource commandlet. So let's take a look at that now. So here I've logged into my Azure account using connect-az account. I've got my PowerShell terminal and my Visual Studio Code open. So we're going to check that the tags, whether they exist or not. So I have made no adjustments to the Azure resource. So the shared dashboard still has the hidden tag on it. And then the storage account still has that hidden tag, but with no value. So let's just run get-az tag. So this should return a list of all current tags that exist. So in my example here, I've only got do not delete. So the do not delete tag, so let's just run that just in case there's more and it's not displaying. Sorry, yeah, there's two tags. So default experience 1, so it's on one resource, and do not delete is on 2 resource. So default experience is used by another resource that exists within the subscription by default, and the do not delete is something I've got. So my automation runbook that runs weekly does not delete my resource group, anything within the resource groups. So as you can see, there's no hidden tags that are in here. So the get-az tag commandlet is not finding the hidden tags that we know exist on the resources. So to add a tag, for example, we want to add hidden title equals web server and hidden dash shutdown automation equals yes tags. So we want to run them, we want to add these tags to a resource that's in our hidden tags /demo resource group. So to do this, I'm going to use the get-az resource commandlet. I'm going to target the resource group that we've got our resources sitting in. I'm going to grab the resource ID, which will be used by the get-az resource. I'm going to output the grid view with a pass-through, so that will open up our prompt with the resources that we can then just go and select using the GUI, and then that whatever we select will be passed through and will automatically be updated and merged. So if these don't exist, which in this case the shutdown automation won't, but the hidden title will be removed, they'll just be merged. So let's run this. Now that window has probably gone somewhere else. Here it is. So the out grid view has opened up a list of the resources that are currently in my hidden tags / demo resource group. And as you can see, I've got the dashboard and the storage account. So I want to replace the hidden title to be web server, and I want to add a hidden - shutdown automation equals yes to my storage account. So I'm going to select my storage account, and then I'm going to select OK. Now PowerShell will go through and automatically add in the hidden title and the hidden - shutdown automation to yes to my Azure resource. Now, if get-az tag doesn't find what we're after, so it's still not displaying the hidden tags, how would we find the resources that are using it? And how do we use things like the hidden - automation, hidden - data, hidden - anything? How do we use those tags to make them more meaningful, especially in automation where you might be using PowerShell or other systems to drive? So in our example, we're going to use the get-az resource commandlet, which does support finding the hidden tags. So we're going to look for anything that has hidden - title and the value name. So we're going to grab that. And then we're going to output all the resources across our subscription that has the that has the hidden title using the get-az resource tag name. So let's take a look at that. So as you can see, we've got two resources that have hidden - title set to it. One is our dashboard and one is our storage account. So if we go back to the storage account, we should now see that our storage account now has web server as a title that we've just added using PowerShell. And if we go into the JSON object, it's still playing up, but we should be able to see web server listened in here, listed in here somewhere. As you could see earlier, it took a while for it to update the JSON view here. I think caching, there you go. So hidden title equals web server, hidden - shutdown automation equals yes. So these are the tags we've just added using PowerShell. And using the get-az resource tag name, we could get the resource that contained this. We could get the resource where the tag name equals hidden title and the tag value equals, hidden - automation. So you can use the tags that way using the get-az resource commandlet. Just like every other tag, you can use Bicep, Terraform, Pulumi, any way that you're currently deploying your tags into Azure resources are supported by the hidden tag. It's just another key and value pair. So any way you're currently adding your tags to your resources, for example, I've got an Azure Bicep example here. It's just a param of, here's the key value pair for hidden - title, hidden - shutdown automation, add them as normal tags, but the experience will be how you can see in the Azure portal. So just to recap, the resources will be displaying with the hidden - title in brackets. They will also have the JSON. They'll also be listed in the JSON of the object straight from the APIs. For some reason today my browser must be caching the responses, but that's exactly what we should be getting back. And in the tags, you can't see. So if you were coming in here the first time, it's not even listed in the previously, selected tags that you've got in here. And if you go to tags in Azure, these are all the tags that I'm currently using across my own Azure environment. And as you can see, there's nothing in here that has hidden dash in front of it. But using the get-az resource command and then the update-az tag, you can update your tags, and then you can use that in your PowerShell, in your automation. So thank you for listening to this video. Hopefully you've learned something from it. The hidden tags is a great resource to have in your toolkit. Useful to know, useful to giving more context on what the resource is, where it's used, things like that. And yeah, hopefully you find creative ways to use it. Let me know in the comments below if you're using hidden tags, if you didn't know they existed, what things you could be using them for that maybe you haven't got around to yet. But thank you. See you next time.